have Secretary Ellie, who made the pack we are about to experience.
Yeah, yep, I am Ellie. I made all the steps and effects for the files that you're gonna see in the showcase. Um, so yeah, this was actually released almost 2 years ago to the day as a follow up to a tournament I made a while back.
So you did the steps and like the effects, the visuals we're gonna see.
Yes.
Awesome.
So I think if Spooty's ready, he's gonna go through the intro and a little bit of a maze to prime up the sim files
Yep,
that we're
yep,
gonna
yep.
play.
Yeah, if we're ready to go, I can go ahead and get started. Just checking in really quick. What I had an incentive for playing the complex charts. Is how's that coming along? It is something that can be held open if it's not been met yet, and I'll play the simple charts until it does get met if it does, and then I can switch to the complex charts. But I just want one last check, and yeah, if it's not met yet, everybody watching, you can get some donations in to make me play some harder charts.
I am aware of a donation that is coming through for that chart, but I don't think it has been met yet. So it will be simple charts for now,
Oh,
and we'll see what happens partway through the run.
okie dokie. All right, so yeah, everyone. Yeah, it's as soon as that gets met, assuming it does, we will start playing the hard charts then. But enough prattling. Let's get started. I'll go ahead and start the clock in 3, 2, 1, go. My live split didn't start. Why did my live split not start?
So I'm gonna give a bit of a primer with how dance games as a whole work as we're going through this intro, as Spooty is about to navigate this maze coming up, getting all the files ready. Normally with dance games, you have 4 columns, left, down, up, right, in that order that you read scrolling arrows to. Usually they scroll up, some players prefer down scrolling arrows, but that's generally it for our behavior. With this showcase, how they reach the targets is another story, and completely dependent on what effects I chose to script in order to execute this stuff. Which I think is a good segue to the showcase. Shout out to the show. So for timing, we have so maybe in terms of frames and 60 FPS, for example, fantastic is roughly at 3 we also, of course, have misses, which people want to see, and minors, which explode the elements of the score by let's play there's a lot both of these not as much as ways of my small amounts. This isn't right. You don't want to see it fans here. And what if it happens? A red flash smacking sound effects. That is
Here, hold on. I'm gonna try and adjust the volume of this so that people can hear you a little better real quick.
oh yeah, sure.
Hopefully that's an improvement. Anyway, we're gonna start our first file here. We're on simple. All right, let's go.
That actually just got through with the description, the primer, introduction for everything. So starting off, we have Fire Storm Ticket 6. It starts out with the wall of impossible look, so why don't we just blow something away? Yeah, there we go. That's gonna be a recurring gag in this file. Sometimes you get just enough time to see the fields by some simple problem solving, you get some tough leapfrog mod, and also the recurring gag. In this section, we're gonna look at some of the single look challenge, but a little different perspective. It's one I have a lot of fishtail notes going on that change height. Watching where the note is and what direction it's pointing is key here. That's coming up right here. So fishtail notes going back and forth. You can see the arrows briefly in terms of direction. scroll swapping, and some column number swapping. Another pretty current modern as well. We do have some pretty simple stuff going on for the actively. So I don't know if we have any updates from the host for that nation or something, perhaps. To that single line shell the twist. Quite literally, the path is being twisted around now, which makes it a bit more disorienting. Then we have the up-down column scroll, column swaps. A bit tricky. This is a bit easier on the simple chart. Normally, this part is all jumps to the line, so it is pretty tricky. After that, essentially get bits of context spread out across the board and have to piece together. So you never get the same concepts up here. Now we're on this part is a ton of concepts. We got 8 columns of 2, but we still have like the same very spread out. Oh, out of that, it actually kind of suits down. Again, not trivial. Got another leapfrog section, but no spinning. And then we're going to have a mod through that I would call going back to the concept of these targets, now it's doing it continuously. Some reversing going on now, and it tells you to do instead. We have a long pause really.
One small update. Spooty's done this dance quickly. He's turned out that one mic. Yeah, we're at audience having trouble hearing him.
Yeah, I can do that right after the song.
The outro is pretty as well as the steps that we're putting. Then we'll get a nice bass boosted blown out explosion. Finish it off.
Yeah.
Very nicely done. 95, 57. Yeah, that's a one shot unlock.
Okay.
Love to see it.
Yeah, no, to be clear about memorization, I have not practiced the simple charts at all. I am reading these. I don't know these charts at all. Like, I only practice the harder charts. So this is 100% just I am reading this raw. There is no memorization to it. That said, I still recommend
So,
getting into play the complex
now we
charts.
have
They're a lot harder.
yeah. Alright, so we have Alpha Omega. The opening here is very sparse in steps, and the way to read it is by watching the targets, which are moving towards the notes, instead of the other way around as it is usually. After that, there's an expansion of the idea, with all four directions together, forming kind of a helix, and it's all about paying attention to the other direction here. A few more measures with the helix patterns, and now we're coming to what I like to call, well, in the community, I like to call D-pad mod, and this is where notes come in from all the cardinal directions. Here, sometimes the opposites swap, so it's important to pay attention here. Alright, we're out of the intro. Getting into the real meat of the file now, starting to get some screen movement flickering. I gotta pay attention to the directions of the notes themselves. They can be all horizontal. The same here with the wall columns. Here we play those conversions in the center, and the notes are pulse color. I think this is a good time to talk about how the problem is. There are, I would say, three main core ideas that we derive two of, and that is arrow color, arrow direction, and arrow position. Generally, you'll see mod files preserve arrow color, and reading my position can get kind of abstract at times. It doesn't always mean perfectly vertical, and in general, I would say that the information is very relative to the rest of the section I'm playing around in. I have some up and down action going on here. I'd say the best way to use this is to get used to how well you show up with the screen, and using the red colors to your advantage. That's it. Red color rotation action, that's a case for that. You want to be, basically just a nice little kind of say that. A bit of a bumpy game here. That's kind of all the section was. Now we have let's spin it. What notes of the middle? That's meant for the music. Got some more back and next movement going on. And coming up, we're going to have like inline events. This section goes on for 10 seconds more. Up to 2. Come on. Yeah. Oh, awesome.
I'm sorry if I messed that up. I played this like
Oh, he who admires myself.
it all went towards Spooty and
Excellent. Thanks so much. Yeah, so this part is the main effect of the record. It's got the black hole. The notes aren't having a very good time. Pulled into the center here. You can skip it above it. It's basically kind of a fancy hit. We're just about on this section. Full cover for that section is what I think. So now the black hole's done, we've got long stretch where the arrows are stationary, and the targets move towards the ends. We call this a grid. And you get the visual images to this. Now we've got the last stretch of the song, some more push movement for whatever's going on. The hard stuff is the hardest. Let's see if we can nail the final jump. A little bit of a fake out here. There you go. Nice,
Did I hear that right? That we had a big donation come in and I'm playing top box shorts?
yes you are.
All right, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. We appreciate that because yeah, the complex charts are going to be physically a lot more impressive, and also it's what I practice more. Oh yeah, that was not a bad run on that for not having played that chart in a long time. Yeah, here, let me adjust the volume a little bit more. I will.
Thank you. Sorry. Technical difficulties is the best part about running these things.
I will just crank Discord volume way up, and hopefully that fixes it. All right, let's.
Rhythm games with speaker systems always a tricky tech setup. About to go into our next file, which I believe is going to be Blessings Rights. Blessed
Okay.
Just hang on. Audio. Alright, so Classic Science for last month. We got a bunch of players just on the software, accompanied by screen shakes, zooms, fades, and the important thing here, though, is column layout. Typically for the headphone, the layout is left down. Pretty much all the notes are on the same path. It kind of overlaps itself. You have to read purely by intonation. On top of that, you have to do what's called context switching to a different line of notes. Another modern concept. Kind of acts as the way to read something if you want to think of it like that. Then we're coming up to another driven drop section here, where the playfield keeps falling apart, kind of forcing you to shuffle the notes a little bit. One point see if we can nail it. Huh? Oh, I guess not. Well, you don't have to worry about that. It's okay.
Here, let me tweak the volume levels
Those are my
again.
kind of guys. You just stand there and watch it happen. I can nail that.
Yeah, those were thankfully fake notes. You didn't actually have to hit those. That'd be kind of hard for even this level.
Okay.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around even learning these steps as the screen is generating, cutting in and out. Like, how do you even know which button to hit at the time?
Yeah, I'm gonna do one more little
There's a lot
volume
of
adjustment.
fundamentals of
Okay.
just reading simple mods that kind of come into play, as well as just like kind of like I guess just basics of reading dance game patterns and parsing them in particular. So it all comes together, and as always, lots and lots of practice. So here we have a deadlock. Probably the easiest overall of the 5 files to see. First file, actually, I swear this. For this one, you're going to see a bunch of oscillating movements as the current theme. Probably have actually kind of a quick message again when things back up a little bit this way. We do have the time that's going through the center of the huge like spiral movements in the right. And now we're going to have a lot of up and down action as well. Each column is slightly offset, so it makes it pretty tough to parse as it comes with multiply more apart. So more oscillating action here. And we're going to get to the end of this song pretty soon. This one's short. Yeah, so just gets a little bit more and more intense, just kind of builds on itself. Alright, that's about the end of the song, except, we have another song in this one. This is Deadline Out of Reach, remixed by Yonesame. This one's a bit faster,
Whoop.
and the mods are more intense
The
overall.
window somehow got deselected.
Oh no!
Okay, I guess we get to run this one back then.
Yeah!
Technical difficulties are favorite couch guest.
It's fine. We weren't far into that.
That short one you said.
Yeah, we were only about 2 minutes into that, so it's okay. Yeah, going over just like reading as a whole. I could go over a little bit what was said earlier about just how questions about how to parse all this. We have dance games just in general with left down up right columns. There's plenty of like easier content to go around. This is definitely like some of the maybe hardest content. And there's a huge reader around offline reading. So there's definitely like a learning curve to be had with different fundamentals and such.
Another quick update. Somebody dug through their couch cushions for some change and the comment, "Arms nice." The Archipelago incentive has been met.
It's awesome. Always love to see donation incentives like that. I think it gets everyone for the complex chart donation incentive as well. So we're back to the second song in this block. I just kind of slapped 2 songs together as like an homage to the original that I stepped for the tournament. Yeah, a lot of sharp mods going on here. Very intense oscillating.
Shouts to haunted houses.
So now that we're on the section, this is kind of thinking about the comparison. It's not trivial, but it's nowhere near as taxing the cross, I would say. Some things about down column scrolling with some grayscale stuffing going on, and the speed bumps changing direction very slightly. Got some speed switching here, and just basically we have the chart here. Alright, there we go. Nicely done.
I'm sweaty watching this. Already remove my hoodie.
Also, I just realized my Discord was on push to talk, so which just makes it kind of hard to talk to you guys during the songs. So
Oh, I just assumed you were really into it. Well,
Yeah.
if you can hold a conversation and dance like that, I'm impressed.
yeah, no, I'll be trying to offer a little more feedback as I'm going. Okay, so we're coming up on the last of the side A's, I believe. We're on to Pieces of a Dream, and this is one of the harder charts execution-wise, but it's one of my favorites. Yeah, here we go. Pieces of a Dream, full version. Let's go.
Yep. So, yeah, like Rudy said, Piece of the Dream long version is going to be the last one out of the 5 initial files. This one's going to deal with a lot of fade bits. So, basically, arrows disappearing and reappearing a bunch. Small bit of history about this one. This one was the first file made and finished all the way back in 2018, with some touch-ups on the rest of the projects being worked on. So here we have a very long rolling fade going from top to bottom, moving back to the top. There's basically 4 different snap words. It's really truly quarter wave. And then now we have a pentagon go down, showing it's mostly right side up. Some spiraling notes for how it gets in the middle. And then after that, we get a little bit of a break here. Simple fades back and forth with different note speeds, changing from acceleration to deceleration. We kind of have the concept switch from like the top to the bottom of the screen and vice versa. Let me get a little bit more close and personal. Very big arrows. Then after that section, we get probably to the most iconic and infamous section from the original file. There's a small window in the middle where the notes disappear, but you stick around that spot for way longer than you would think. It's really easy to lose your spot, very hard to recover. It's essentially short-term memorization with like some extra noise that you have to filter out and ignore. Now here we have the exact opposite, which is the note only being still in the center. We got more acceleration and deceleration and fade swapping. We're going to get to a new section after this. So this is essentially the fade rolling the song at the beginning, except spread out horizontally this time, and then swapping with the scrolling down scroll. We have some context switching going on. So go back to that spiral mod, except with opposite scrolling this time around. The notes suddenly at the top. Keep those short-term memorization coming up and looking there. It freeze frames a pattern, and you have time to remember what it was. Quite literally, do you remember it? Now I got some big zooming out. Basically the opposite of the up-close and personal framework earlier. We've got the rolling fade section again. Except not twice as fast. I think they're hard to read for different reasons. Kind of hard to say which one harder and which one's easier. Lots of iterations.
Okay,
Nice.
last stretch coming up. I still have a full combo going. Whoops, and there it goes.
Supposed
He's
to
gonna
do.
come.
Jinx
comes the death run. Oh no.
Yeah, this track is at its most intense being the constant triple as well as the file being really blurry and fading in and out. It's tough to follow.
One miss. Whoops.
96 though. Wow. Almost 97.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not my best round that though. But okay. So we're done with the side A's. So now we're gonna journey into the basement for the side B songs, which are even more unhinged than what we already went through.
That's a thing that can happen. Like, how? I guess I'll see.
Oop. Guess we're going this way first. It is so hard to control at max speed.
Can you program Doom into this game and StepMania Doom? That's what this menu's giving me vibes of.
A funny thing about that, apparently the Doom engine shares some of the libraries with StepMania, or like vice versa, which I found really funny. So, I mean, part of it's already programmed, I guess, in StepMania. If you want to think of it like that.
Okay, one more song to add to the repository, and then we start knocking out the rest of these songs. It's the one over. Choose the one over here. Is this Band X over here? Yes, it is. Okay.
We're getting right into it.
Alright. So Band X is the B-side to Blastix Riots, and you all know how violent that song was.
Yeah. Got some more blast beats for y'all. New background, actually. That's only one for Blastix Riots. Got a chunk of reflections in this whole big parts of the chart were pros at once. You gotta memorize them before they hit the turns, before they go away. And that way we got a new kind of vibe, which is kind of like an after-image effect. It provides a ton of noise for the player to have to filter through, and I think it just looks like a really cool graphic effect. Got some back and forth movement when talking the up and down scroll. Speaking of up down scroll, we got a lot of very rapid fire here. Kind of heavy setup for in the middle. We get some wide boy holds, and the screen tear effect going into a calm piano section. It's very similar to the Blastix Riots' calm piano section. But this is a lot trickier since it now scrolls sideways as well. And we're about to get smacked straight in the face with arrows coming in from way in the background. And coming up on the final big sections, got some mod separation from the gun and the blue notes. So it makes it a little tricky piece of work together. And a couple times I'll be breaking the blue notes, being able to context switch to arrows that are standing still. Another big oscillation section. Come up here. Palms are really smoothing. We got a final red and blue mod section here. Spinning this time. See aggressive pulls to finish it all off.
Whew, okay.
Nice. I think I'm starting to see you sweat there.
A little bit.
This
Okay.
game gets pretty intense.
So
now we're-
have a
Oh, go ahead, bud.
$50 donation from Tizza. No comment, and I'm not sure it was put towards anything. So Tizza, if you'd like to put that $50 towards one of our incentives, please say so in chat. I think we've got most of our incentives set for the day, unless you want to request like 10 songs out of our Rock Band 4. There's plenty tomorrow that need to be met.
very full combo with the black hole.
That's awesome. Good job on that. We got this next part with the German drops. Can't really rely on the arrow directions here since they're always rotating. You have to go by the orientation of the big tones at the top and bottom. It does get a little tricky with small ones being layered on top as extra distractions. But now we're getting to the outro. So the outro has some more simple shoot going on. Gonna have another small callback with the constant industrial switching along with some pretty blind color applications. Alright, so a really tricky jump coming at the very end.
Yeah.
I think I'm calm switching. Never mind, it's gone.
That jump's not actually there. Okay, so 3 B-sides left. Go back to the lab and let's unlock the next one.
Which one do we have next? I think.
Rebellio is next, yes.
Alright, this is going to be the unlock from Deadlock. So this one is very powerful. The red background already gives it that vibe. Starting right away, we have some more full screen graphic effects. This one being a zoom out to the horizon. Also, kind of there as a guideline for the relative directions to hit and what's there done. Then we get to this dark, cloudy area that I like to call limbo, where the notes come from behind the clouds and the going below. You have to rely on color directions. I like this section called Beelzebub. You turn top and bottom, and they're all constantly swapping and buzzing around. Only 4 here are actually 32 colors, one each from left down to right. The stuff there is mostly simple here. It's meant to be a chunky group of 4. Now we're zooming out, the mods get more complex, but the steps are easier to do. You're able to chunky groups of 8 total, but the variable counts are potentially versatile, so it's all about context switching. Now I'm trying to move the screen and transition to the Devil's block. You have to watch both the hour and the minute hand. They both strike notes and the color code as they fade in. So the minute hand is blue, the hour hand is yellow. Out of that, now we have congregation, which is probably the toughest one to do. It's very low in time for the rest of the notes and piece it together. It's incredible. There's a few parts during this section that have other mods, but even the slightest distraction can interrupt the person, and it's tough to recover here. Getting to the end, we got the return of Beelzebub, now with full screen states. Again, the step handling is very friendly, so there's a lot less stick you get here in terms of major stepping. And finally, the outro, which definitely isn't trivial, I would say. The trick is to really third top. It's easy to go to let your focus wander lower if you get lost.
Okay.
That's where my focus is, and I'm not even the one dancing. Jeez.
Whew.
89's pretty close to my best on that. That was a solid run of that.
Yeah, nice.
Alright. That leaves Daisy Cutter and the Eternal Dreamer, I believe. Daisy Cutter should be next.
Yep.
Shoutouts to all of my friends who played in ITL 2024. Y'all know this tune.
Yeah, this one is Daisy Cutter, the unlock from Firestorm. Well, here are huge similarities in the song as well. Same artist. So this one has some pretty tricky leading challenges. Like we're starting off with some column flipping, right at like the notes in order to determine the direction. Then we got some German drops going 2 columns at a time, moving kind of a piston motion. Or out of the intro for got some oscillating motions going on. We're going to get more tense as we get deeper into this section. As well as some other secondary mods that are kind of similar to what we saw in Deadlock. Now we have the middle part coming up. It's going to introduce a new concept here. Internally, it's called two-pronged attack. All the holds coming from the background while all the tap notes are upscrolling normally. So we're piecing together 2 very different perspectives into the whole picture you know, just the down scrolling jumps you need to keep between them. This next part coming up is kind of similar, but now we have column swap reading, which jumps spiraling in from the screen edges. We have some big chunky parts where we see the next few seconds of the chart before it explodes into a massive void. After that, there's an interesting rim drop split where only two columns of the barrels are standing still, and it's a split it even further as the rim drop progresses. And then one last chunking part here, and we're at.
I think that was one miss in the dumbest spot. Yep.
That was intense. Oh, 95, fantastic.
I've been on some amazing scores here.
Yeah, no, I'm doing pretty good. You know, in the game at least. Apparently in audio balance land, I'm a little shaky.
We all are. That's what today has been.
Yeah, which if we're pretty close to the end of the run, but if I still need to change anything, just let me know. We got Eternal Dreamer, another longer version song. This one's so cool. I love this one.
Yeah, this is the last file before the finale. It's pretty much a column before the storm. So yeah, Eternal Dreamer unlocked from Pieces of a Dream. This one starts off with not too much we haven't already seen, just some gentle back and forth in comparison to like more of the intense stuff. So if we have like any messages from our host real quick.
Just that this is insane. This is the calm you say.
Yeah. That's fair enough. Yeah, so now we have some column swap teleporting, making target configurations pretty non-standard. Luckily the steps aren't too dense here, so it's not too bad to follow, and it's easy to recover. And then the screen's gonna pixelate here. Going along with what the song itself is doing. This section isn't too bad since there's no other mods going on. It's just a standard left down the right column configuration. Once we got out of that, got some wavy motions going on. It's getting more and more intense. Each column is a little bit offset from each other. Got a bit of an easier section coming up, in my opinion. The playfield columns double up, and there's a bit kind of a wavy edge effect. I guess is the best way to describe it. And it's going to switch to down scroll about halfway through. Other than that, yeah, there's not too much else. Except for like small accessing that modifier is doing here.
Whoops. Turned the wrong way there. Fine.
This next section is what I like to call the sugar rush. That's a really intense runs, percussion, song, what have you. And the mod effects on the playfield definitely reflect that. We've got a bunch of power rotating and movements all over the place, but it does snap back off to a much more readable state, so it's easier to kind of reveal to me. Now we're going to see a callback to the infamous fade gap mod from Pieces of a Dream here. We're in the middle of the prequel, it stops for a brief moment. Notice I have the correct column configuration in the middle, and we flip them on the outside. And at the halfway point, this switches, and there's a decision left over for the player, whether to be in the middle or the outsides.
I kind of lost my thought there. Survived though.
Alright. Got a bit of a long build up here, and then one final big mod as the main.
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite mods in the whole pack. It's
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful.
Shout outs to birds. That's all I'm gonna say. This is essentially the output file. It's under maybe 20, 30 seconds.
Is this? Are you saying that this is the Freebird section?
Yeah, I guess so. else going on during that section, I think it would have been too much. So.
Okay.
All right.
So that is the last song to unlock the final boss. Which, if you thought everything up to this point was crazy, oh boy, do we have a treat for you? So you might have noticed the difficulty ratings, like mostly sitting around like 17 and 18 most of the time. This one is going to be a 20, the highest official rating for mod files. And it deserves the rating. It stands out above not only everything in this pack, but above almost every other mod file that the community has made with the expectation that people would be able to pad clear it. I think the number of people who have cleared this on pad I can probably count on one hand. So, alright, here we go.
Yeah, so this is Romeo Zero, final boss of this showcase. Far and away the hardest file in the pack. You're going to see a lot of grayscale background. It's kind of an intermission transition, which indicates the number of canon is not wisely fit, and you can see the directions of colors. Some of them have tricky layouts. Now we have some fast conveyor-esque scrolling, which means twisty as it goes on. We're going to have another conveyor-esque model. The column is zooming in and out, scrolling to the left. Some tricky configurations that are now we have Cube. It's pretty self-explanatory, I think. 6 sides, all of the playground cache. You don't always face the direction you're supposed to hit the top of it. You have to glitch out a little bit, so you go inside the cube. This one can get really disorienting, but essentially it's the same concept. Alright, so we've escaped the cube, now the notes are holding around. Pictures to be from wider notes and briefly come to a stop. Very difficult to keep track of this place. One of the hardest sections, I think. I've got a bit of a fuzzy effect with the notes over the screen. That's pretty wide, so it's pretty easy to display. You have to develop it to the columns. Now there's some jumps, and you have to pay attention to the column configuration at the top, because you can't rely on the arrow directions here. Some more jumps that are facing the correct direction when they stop in certain range, like we saw at the beginning. The coming up is probably my favorite effect.
Oh yeah, rip the stream bit, right?
Yeah. So basically the recursive noise like we saw in Banix, a lot more aggressive, and with the colors being very much more often. There's also a few spots where the entire screen stops for a moment, putting just a huge graphic distraction. Quite literally you have to filter out all the noise and concentrate on the visuals. We're out of this into a small, shorter resources section. The playfield becomes unreadable, and you basically can repeat the piece that it showed to you. Now we're back to the conveyor effect with the small candy effect that we just saw. Conveyor belt effect is where they have harder and harder iterations here as it happens. Some more outline notes coming in as we transition to the next section. And now, thankfully we get a much needed break, both from steps and effects.
Yeah, the hardest part's after this section, so
Yeah.
I'll need to focus when we get the collapse.
Yeah, good luck. And then we got this good and drop effect, but with the infinite spiral coming from the perspective of the center. Very difficult fighting to keep this one. We got some those with the exploding arrows, like the counter. Now we have the hard section of Speedy Motion, the hardest section known as collapse. The fast moving walls to play fields where you have to quickly counter switch to another play field. And still have some screen time if the move's going to sit on the screen. Alright, back into the puzzle stops for a second. These stuff are harder this time around, and it lasts a lot longer. We're getting into a bit of an easier section now. Still not sure though, where 2 different screens are fighting for, well, screen time. It's a context switch that gives you a lot of time on the bottom of the screen time compared to the pin save. Steps also go back and forth in intensity. situation.
Last stretch
Now
here.
at the end. Yeah. I can only let this section speak for itself, I think.
Fair enough. Let's go.
Really good run on that section. Got past the orc, a long section of the outline notes, the outro. That was such a good ending.
Ooh. Yeah, comboed right through that ending. 15 misses is really low. Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. Oh, and I guess
Fantastic moves from Spooty there.
that could be time.
GG.
Stop the timer. I don't know why my hotkeys stopped working. Okay, there, split. Okay, cool. We'll go ahead and get the credits rolling, but,
Time.
yeah, time. There we go.
We got a rating from Hoda Ruby. You guys got the very last few seconds of that insane StepMania run. Spooty should hydrate.
Yeah, I got one here. It's fine.
Good.
And we got, the nice long credit sequence. Unmilding.
Yeah, I just downed that entire water ball in one go.
You thought
do you like-
being used.
Yep.
So yeah, just on we kind of skipped over the story elements and all that, but this just kind of won't go into the specifics, but I do just want to bounce off the final message it kind of leaves you with. If we had the story elements of that, there's a lot in the world to be unhappy about, but that just makes it all the more important that we all do our parts to make it just a little bit better. So, again, thank you all for your donations to get this up to complex rating, and of course, by extension, to help out those in need. I really appreciate your generosity, and both on the financial front and on the patience while I get the audio balance to reasonable levels at the start of the run. Anything else you'd like to say, Ellie?
And just shoutouts to the entirety of not the NotITG community, and my dog who passed away during development on this. As you can see right there, he is a good boy.
He is such a good boy. I can attest. I stayed over at Ellie's once, was sleeping on the futon in the basement, and woke up to a dog on me, just also sleeping. Absolute sweetie.
I would also like to, I don't know if I can share links in the chat, but NotITG is the URL. If you want to learn more about this game, there's a link to the Discord server, there's a link to the executable, which has a couple of kind of starter mod file packs, and the community's big, friendly, anything you need to ask, they'll help you out.
Yeah, and I want to emphasize the lowest difficulty file we saw here, other than this credit sequence was rated a 1 apparently. The easiest file we saw was rated 15, I believe. So this was all upper end content. If you think this looks cool but are intimidated by the difficulty, there's content for people of pretty much any skill level, even if you've never even played DDR before, or even if you don't have a pad and just want to play on keyboard, which makes the game considerably more accessible and easier to get into as well. That's also an option. So it's wonderful community. Spent a lot of time there in tournaments